Hey guys, and welcome to a brand new video to the channel. Welcome to another money making video where we're going to be looking at incense sticks. Now, incense sticks are a way to train your fire making, which can actually bring you some profit from fire making as well. It's one of two methods really which brings profits out of fire making, and this one can be quite a good one as well. Now, to do this, there are two ways to do it. One is just normal making the incense sticks, which can be a little bit slow. The other one is by having the quick sense upgrade from the Garden of Kareed, which is kind of like a farming activity which gives this really good reward, which is basically going to make you make incense sticks twice as quick. So the method which we're going to cover today are going to be off the price of the quick sense upgrade, and any sort of methods which we go through and any sort of prices which we sort of highlight, half them if you don't have this as well. Now, even at half rate, these methods can be very, very good, with not too high of a requirements either. So the first one we're going to do, we're going to kind of work off the first 3 incense sticks, and then I'm going to talk through the process of making the incense sticks as well, because that can also bring some profit. Incense sticks are very similar to the frames in Fort Runfrey, where they have different stages of construction, and you can make different profits at different points as well, and you can just focus on one which might make you more profit than not. So the first thing we're going to look at is the 4 incense sticks which are going to make you profit. So the first one is going to be spirit weed. Spirit weed, just simply adding these onto the incense sticks with the ashes added on, is going to make you roughly 10.2 mil profit at level 35 fire making. So in terms of like an entry level, 35 fire making really isn't that high in terms of a level. You might have to go and buy some logs to go and do it, but it's not going to give you that much of a cost to go and do. But to have 10.2 mil with quick sense or 5.1 mil profit without quick sense is a really good way to make considerable profit with a fire making method, which only needs level 35 as well. Now, while you're going to be making some profit with this method, you're also going to get 52,000 XP per hour with spirit weeds. Now, I would say early on as well, this is going to be one of those methods where you want to have buying on the Grand Exchange for a little bit of time going forward. They're going to be a very slow buying materials, so you need to buy the incense sticks. Sometimes you have to buy ashes to put onto the incense stick, and you also need to buy the herbs. The herbs should be relatively quick to buy, but it's getting these incense sticks at a decent price, which will be the challenge. However, after incense sticks, we do have qualms at level 54 fire making. This is going to be one item which can go very high as well. Qualm incense sticks at the minute are considerably down to where they normally are in terms of a price, but still, with quick sense, this is going to be 4.9 mil per hour, or roughly about 2.5 mil with 81,000 XP as well. Lanternite is going to require level 67 fire making, and it's going to be 8.3 mil profit with quick sense, and it's going to be 4.1 without, and 117.8k XP per hour. And then finally, Torstol is going to be 7.5 mil profit per hour with quick sense, and is roughly going to be about 3.8 mil without, level 75 fire making for that one, and 176.7k, which the fire making XP really isn't that bad. It's pretty decent for the sort of levels you're going to need for it, and the fact you're making money with it. It actually is pretty decent, but you don't need any actual requirements to do this apart from the actual fire making level as well. So spirit weed, being the highest performer at level 35, is a really valid method for a lot of these brand new fresh accounts if you're looking to do this. And like I mentioned before, you can start this from scratch all the way towards the end and make the complete profit throughout for yourself, or you can buy them at certain stages and move upwards. So I wanted to go over the 4 most profitable ones as well, and if you want my opinion, I really wouldn't branch away from the 4 we've just mentioned. They're all a bit too niche and don't really have that big of a profit margin. But what we're going to do is, for the spirit weed one, we'll go through the whole process of the spirit weed incense sticks and just talk you through how much profit you can make from it as well. Now, if you haven't watched my Ganodermic crafting video, basically all the visors have now sold. They sold pretty much within 10 minutes. We're still waiting to sell some more ponchos, but I have a little bit of faith that it's going to actually happen and we're going to make some profit with it. Now, so let's talk through this whole process. As you can see here, actually, I'll search willow incense sticks, so it'll be easy to go from here. We have 2 different things we can buy on the Grand Exchange. So the willow incense sticks is what you're going to craft from logs. And again, we're going to craft them afterwards, so I'll talk you through it. And then the impurous willow incense sticks are going to be after we've added ashes onto the incense sticks. And then the final phase is going to be to add the spirit weeds onto the incense sticks. So that is going to be something we're going to do now. We're going to buy some willow logs. We're going to buy 28 just so we can do like the info and stuff. Now, I do have access to the quick sense perk, and it is definitely one worthwhile getting. It's something you get from passive herb farming, which, if you haven't seen the videos over the weekend, we have made some videos based on herb farming, what I recommend for herb farming, and how much profit you can really make from herb farming as well. So it's a reward you can get quite passively, or if you've got the quick growth potions, you can actually get it a little bit quicker. but you do need to do a little bit of play your own farms. Now, to do this, you go to craft, and I've just done something stupid, so I need to go backwards. There we go. Click on the incense option. It's going to take 2 logs for every incense stick, so make sure to work that out when you're looking to do this as well. And through each step, we'll make sure to go and price check just so we know roughly where we are. So essentially, what you're doing is fletching, but you're getting Firemaking XP for it, so it's not too bad. It's not going to be anywhere near the final phase. The final phase is where you get the main bulk of the Firemaking XP. But for the first step, it's very nice. It's AFK, and you can make some very good profit with this as well. This is a really good method for someone who hasn't got a lot of cash and wants to build some cash up quite quick. Now, I'm just going to be a little bit different with this, because what I'm going to go and do is buy this for the max price. Because again, I want to show you guys like what prices you could sell for. And if I instant buy, it just shows you a much bigger margin from that as well. So from the 2 willow logs, which cost us roughly 2,200 coins, we can make 1,000 coins profit just making the willow incense sticks. And you guys saw that really didn't take me too long to do. Now, the next thing we're going to do is buy impious ashes. So impious ashes are what we're going to need to turn these into the next phase of the stick. We're just going to buy 16 and we're going to instant buy it as well. So everything I work off in terms of prices for this video is going to be the highest instant buy price, which means if you guys want to slowly buy your items for this, you're just going to make some more profit. So 2.2k is what we've invested in terms of the willow logs. We have now bought the impious ashes for 1.9k each. Now for this, the ashes, you're going to require 2 ashes per incense sticks, and this is where the price starts to tick up because you're going to need 2 willow logs. You're going to need 2 ashes as well to go along with this form. So that's going to roughly be, let's work off 4,000 coins just for the sake of my maths. 1.1k each for the willow logs, so 6.2k currently is where we're at for the price of the willow incense stick with the impious ashes. So if we go and find out what this price is really quick. Now as you can see, the profit there is on from the mid price. These are not often items which buy under mid. These are normally things which are kind of over mid. This one is actually mid price. So it would help if I bought the right thing. We bought the normal one. So we want to buy impious willow sticks. There we go. So if we instant buy that, that's going to come in at a price of 10.4 thousand coins each. So if we go back to our little bit of maths, so 2.2k for the willow logs, 4,000 coins for the impious ashes, that's going to come at a price of 6.2k. So us making this from the logs all the way up to the impious willow incense sticks is going to bring us in roughly 4.2k, which is very, very nice. Now, I think it might be the case of, yes, so at least for the herbs, the herb is 1-to-1. So we'll just go and buy some spiritual weeds really, really quick. Again, I'm going to instant buy them just so you guys know roughly where the price is at. And we're going to buy that spirit weed for a price of 5.3. So I think if we're 11.5k in total, that is roughly where we're going to be in terms of that. And again, as you've seen from the whole process of doing this, it really isn't like hard. Like, again, when you're making these and you're doing them in much bigger bulk, I do all of my incense sticks from the logs first, then I add all the ashes afterwards, and then finally I do all of this bit afterwards as well. So now finally, if we just go and check the price of the spirit weed incense sticks, we can find out where we are. Now that is going to come in for 21.6k. It might go a little bit higher, it might go a little bit lower. 20.5k is that actually under mid price. So we're going to make roughly about 9.4k from that, which again is very good profit for like how easy the method it is. Now what you can do is simply just buy the impious willow sticks and then just buy the spirit weeds afterwards. You're going to make roughly 5,000 coins for that, but as you can see, it wasn't hard. The incense sticks stack in the invo, so you're making 27 per inventory as well, which is really nice. And by this point, you're cutting out a lot of the tedious stuff lower level. This part here, making the incense sticks from the logs and then adding the ashes afterwards, is a really good way if you're quite tight on cash and you want to make a lot of cash relatively quickly. Obviously, it's going to be slower than I've just done it, as you could see, but you can make a lot of profit making these incense sticks. This is only spirit weeds we've gone through. Some of the others could be selling higher than the actual price. It's worth checking the margins on these things as well, because as we've proved through numerous times, prices can be higher on certain things. You just need to go and check the margins out as well. But incense sticks have been for years now a very, very solid way to go and train it. The quick sense perk is something I would recommend to a lot of people to go and try out and go and get, because it's something which is going to make this a valid money making method from low, mid, high levels. People can make a lot of money with this as well. And what I would say, especially with these items, is that you need to hold your price. Like, if you sell them for a cheaper price, you're just going to risk losing money. Just be patient, put them in a grand exchange, sell them slowly over time, and you will make more money off that as well. this can be a really good way to train your firemaking and make some GP on the side as well. And I promise you, if you make these items, put them on a grand exchange for the prices you've instant bought for and sell them over time, you will make profit with it as well. But if you're someone who definitely does herb runs, make sure at level 50 to go and unlock for Garden of Creed, because I promise you, passively from your herb farming, you will go and get that quick sense, as well as a lot of rewards which are at that shop, because it's a very underrated reward system. It's probably one of the best sort of mid-level reward systems in the game for just literally going to farm herbs as well. But we might do a video covering that a little bit in the future and just showing you guys the value which is surely there. However, going to wrap the video up there. Really hope you guys enjoyed. Again, it's one of those money making methods which I do every sort of year just because it's something which stays in the game. It's going to be consistently good no matter what. Sometimes it has spikes, sometimes it has dips. You just want to target it when it's at a spike or when it's making the most profit. But those Spirit Weeds one are definitely a very good way to make some GP per hour at level 35 firemaking. Even if you don't have quick sense to make 5 mil per hour, firemaking at level 35 firemaking is some of the best low level cash you're probably going to find in the game. However, that's going to wrap the video up. Really hope you guys enjoyed. If you have any suggestions for future content, drop in the comment section below. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys very soon in the next video.